All right. Back to the next stream. Let me just see something. All right. So, welcome everyone to my stream. This is now the second mod I'm gonna do live. And this time I found a mapper who got already a map set that is almost or basically ready for nomination. I checked the beatmap and I have to say I'm quite excited to mod this one because the set is quite well made so far as I can see. I can say that there's a lot of thought put into the patterns and structure is very good. The impact and emphasis on certain parts are working quite well. And I think the only thing I will have to do is to, give just some opinions about certain patterns and how they could be maybe improved depending on the situation. But other than that, honestly, when I played it the first time, all the 5 difficulties, I really couldn't find any big problems at all. So I'm very excited about this, especially because it's not only that the mapper put a lot of thought in the patterns they used, it's also that I have the feeling, oh no, let's say it in another way. When I was playing the beatmap, I had the feeling I was playing an older beatmap from the past. It has a certain oldest style, to be honest. But the mapper, let me see, I don't know when they joined, from 2016, so they are also ready since a longer time in the community, 8 years. So yeah, this might be the reason why they mapped it in an old stylish way. Might be also because the song itself is actually also one of the older ones. SHK is quite an old artist. And yeah, let's get right into the modding now, starting with the Kantan. Let's see where this is going. So. Oh, and maybe some heads up, I already checked the spread and the spread also looks totally fine. Actually, maybe before we start, let me just show you something. Wait for that. Let me make a new screenshot. Right. There we go. Got already the right window. So as you can see, I checked already the spread, played it, and it works. It absolutely works. It is quite evenly placed. That's also something I really like. As you can see, the mapper actually also took in consideration to have spinners or sliders at the same timeline in each difficulty besides the last one, but that's not the problem, obviously, because I see this very often that people are not very consistent through their different difficulties. It's not a must, of course, but it's quite nice to see these kind of things. And yeah, obviously the last difficulty is much harder than the rest, but as we said yesterday already, that's not the problem, because the last difficulty can be kinda detached from the spread of the map set, which is fine actually. But yeah, other than that, it works basically, really. So I'm quite happy to see this. Kantan has a bigger break, actually a real break, not a rest moment, it's a real break actually. And I wonder if we could use the same for the other difficulties, but it's actually not a must. So yeah. Oh, and one last thing before we start now for real. I had the opportunity to talk to some people after the mod I made yesterday, and they gave me some feedback already, which is quite nice, I have to say. And I mean, I asked it already one of the nuts, Hiwi. However, they told me, you know what, Ono, when you're using problems, use them only for unrankable stuff. For anything else, for suggestions, just use the suggestion tab. And I guess I will do this for the second mod. So I'm not confusing the mapper a lot. So yeah, problems only for real unrankable reasons, and suggestions for anything else. So yeah, with all the talking, now let's do the modding. Yeah, and as you can see here, this is what I was talking yesterday about the other beatmap. We have true consistency here, and because the main placement is the same, however, so it doesn't feel boring or too monotone, mapper simply change this node, so it becomes this pattern. And I love to see these kind of, you know, nuances in a beatmap, which is also kind of a technique you can use. So yeah, great pattern, I have to say, great pattern. Also, let me just see, I need to notepad. I actually have to write down the minutes when I'm commentating these kind of things, so I can actually find the timestamps way easier. All right, now let's continue. Actually, this is already something I would like to praise. As I said before, this is really not common. Not many people do this. Not to be monotonous. It's also one of the words I always forget how to write, but this one it was right. I love how you are using consistent structure. Just and make them not to be monotonous. Changing one node only. Great. Really appreciate. All right. Let's continue. Also, maybe I should change that I'm in the content, right? All right. Now, let's continue. No, don't change this. Don't change this. This is also something I love. Structure works and you can really understand what the intention of the mapper is, and it's just great, really. This, for example, when you are playing, the next section, first obviously he follows the hi-hats, which he didn't do before. And here he's just changing, you know, the cut to done to have you know, a bit difference in the patterning, and it works actually quite well. I mean, this is a personal taste, of course. You don't have to do it, but it works, and it eases a little bit the difficulty of the pattern as well. Especially this indicates that the pattern is finishing the whole part and that a new one is actually coming. And this is great. It's like a checkpoint when you're playing the beatmap. You know, now here comes the next part. And there is the next part. And this is also, that's how I like to call them, checkpoints basically. Here starts the new pattern and here starts another one, and you get a connection between these two patterns. And yeah, it makes the beatmap feel consistent. And as you can see, it's a very, very easy technique, but not many people are actually using it. And having these checkpoints are, in my opinion, quite important if you want to achieve that players think of your beatmap as a good one. Because, well, there's structure, there's consistency, and you can connect the dots between the patterns. Great thing, really. Really, 0 is even the user's name. So let me note this again, that I wrote this down. Just said it in minute 14, let's say. All right. Nice. There's one thing I'm still not sure about, but we will see this in the higher difficulties as well. The timing is changing here, and the mapper tries to equalize the slider velocity, so how fast the notes are approaching, which is fine, but I'm still not sure if this is really the way to go. We can actually try to delete the equalizations, these timelines, and see if there's a reason why he did this. The thing is, you can do this, but when you're playing it, you still think it's the same BPM, even though it isn't. It is hard to distinguish actually. So let's see how it looks without. Yeah, I would rather go for a little higher timeline near the timing section for the last note, so the difference in slider velocity isn't too high, like this. That's what I would rather suggest them to do. You know what? Actually, let me just write this down. I'm still not sure if I'm really gonna mention this, but so I'm not forgetting this. Timelines. Timelines, yeah, let's just keep it for now like this. Yeah, I will mention it later. Actually, this might be something general. Yeah, I can mention in general actually, because this is actually something I would say for all difficulties. I would mention for all difficulties. General, all difficulties, timelines. All right. Now back to the modding. And there we go again. You see this? Same pattern as before, so here, but they just changed the node here. And it works perfectly fine. Consistency is there because he has a structure and it doesn't feel too copy-paste like, because he simply changed this one node and it works perfectly fine. So, perfect, nice, I like it a lot. Okay. All right. There we go. Abekobe pattern. Great. And in my opinion, yeah, one could now say, but this is now copy paste like. But in my opinion, I mean, what he could do is to actually invert the patterns. That would be possible, so it doesn't feel too copy paste like. So let's listen to it for a moment. Would work. However, I see, you know, when we are changing it like this works, but then this pattern is the same like this one, so it's not inverted. So first we inverted it with this one, and then you would expect that this one is getting inverted as well, to keep the consistency of inverting the patterns. But actually, maybe this might even work. This might actually even work. Yeah, I think I might actually even suggest it. The thing is, so to get... All right, hopefully it should work now again. I think so, it should work. It's the same stream even. That was very weird. I think I might actually even suggest it. The thing is, so to get... All right. Yes, it works again. All right. That was very weird actually, but yeah, Kaba, thank you very much for mentioning this, but also welcome to my stream. Actually, it's quite funny that we are writing so much in the past days. I mean, once again, welcome to the GMT. Welcome to the GMT one more time. Glad to have you in. But it's also quite funny that we are speaking so much in the past 2 days. I think I had way more contact with you than with other GMTs currently. So yeah, that speaks for yourself that you're quite active in all ways of the community. But yeah, as you can see, this is a modding stream. Yesterday I had another one. And I'm actually trying to become also Taiko Beatmap Nominator. Yesterday I had to, or it took me quite a while to get the ropes and get into modding again. And slowly I'm getting into it again now. And it works quite well, I have to say. And the beatmap I'm modding right now is a really well made one, I have to say. So that's one of the reasons why it doesn't. I mean, I'm already streaming like 2 hours almost, which is a lot actually, but we are still quick on our food basically. So yeah, once again welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see, and I hope you can also learn a little bit about how to map in Taiko, because this is a very good example how to make a good Taiko beatmap, honestly. Can't say it in any other way. So yeah, stream is also all right. There we go. Now let's see. Where did we stop? Oh yeah. So I was writing this. Well, and that's Futsu for you. Wait, actually, I won't use this as a second point. All right. Very good. Very good. Structure works already so well. All right, now to Muzukashi. Woo! Reviews, all right. Let's see. And the setup here is also fine, yeah. All right, Muzukashi time. Nice. This came a little bit too sudden for my taste. Let's start from the beginning again. Cut. The thing is now, I don't know why I want to suggest a cut here right now. Let me just see. Actually, you know what? No. That don't work here. But I have a praise. Wavy. How do you write for waves? Wavy feelings, wavy. Yeah, wavy, yeah, that's how you write it, okay. Wavy vibes. So, there we go again. Do we go again? Oh, actually, for a moment I thought they reversed the whole pattern, but they didn't actually. They just did it with the last part, but hey, it makes a difference. Yeah. Actually, this works. It works. I was a little bit confused. So, because the placement of the cuts are changing suddenly at this part, and then I was wondering why it doesn't appear here again like this. But I get the idea behind it. Because now he's going with how that high-pitched sound is starting at every 2-1 pattern. Okay, this makes sense. Oh, long pattern. Okay, let me see something. I'm trying while blue, not red standard player. I'm not the only one that can be googling a word to be sure. Yeah, actually I have to Google quite a few times for certain words, and even the words I'm using every time, and every time I have to Google, wait, was it written like this? I'm not quite sure if it is, like monotonously. I had to Google it, even though I'm using it so often. But this time I actually wrote it right, so real brain moment. Better safe than sorry, indeed. What? Why did he map like this? I would actually, yeah, this is a pattern I would change now. He should follow the melody more closely. I suggest so it follows the melody. It also got the Abekobe effect too. Also got kind of effect. Sure. So Karma, so you just know Abekobe is basically inverting the patterns. And in this case, why doesn't it show? Weird. Whatever. In this case, you see this pattern here, right? And if you delete this note now, this is basically, this one is the inverted one of this one. And that's the reason I suggest this. Besides, you know, following, being more true to the melody of the song. Taiko mapping. Is it the same pattern? No, he actually changed a little bit. Yeah. So, this is something I talked in the Kantan before about. It's a very nice technique. In general, like he copied this pattern, put it here because it's the same melody basically. But to make it not too copy-paste like, so monotonously, he changed certain notes, like this one, for example, here. Like here, you know. And the same at the end of the pattern, instead of having this one, he changed it to this one. However, in this case, I mean, it's not a problem. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna mention it. I noticed there's some difference, but I couldn't pinpoint what's the difference to the previous pattern, so I was a little bit confused. But you know what, you can actually just leave it like this. Copy paste once to make my hour less worthless. It's a different tempo. At a different tempo. But what do you actually mean with tempo? Because the song really, the pacing is different then, or what? In the song where you're copying your patterns. But yeah, it makes sense to copy from time to time, so you're losing less time. What I'm missing here, however, is at least some kind of bigger break. See, I think he used this one here before. You do. He inverted? I'm not quite sure right now. Wait, let me copy this and just put it here. It's the same pattern and they changed it here. Okay. Could he do the same here? Is the next one also? Oh yeah, so here comes the thing. He copied the whole section, right? Pasted it here, but inverted the two parts in that section, actually. Once again, as he always likes to do, apparently. Is it inversion? It is, right? Okay, yeah. It is. Everything is good. Again, I love the inversion. Part in the key, like following. Actually, I have to mention this now in general. What did you write actually? Okay, it took a second try now it works properly for me too. Okay, perfect. Thinking to see the node place on the map when I should be watching the timeline. The third eye. You're using your third eye. What I would suggest is to brain cell. We all do this at some point, am I right? The same happens when I'm trying to map Osu, it's just all my brain cells are gone. Okay. If the changing EPM should be equalized for this, so if anything, what I should suggest if you could is to away so the stick, because currently it is hard to quite sure yet if the changing should be equalized for this far. If anything, what I should suggest for all difficulties to change it in a way to change. Wait, for difficulties to change in a way for the to change in a way so the difference isn't that drastic, because currently it is hard to hit the notes since you can't really distinguish them. It's something like distinction. Distinguish, wait. Distinguish. Distinguish. Oh, amazing. Distinction is also right? Yeah, Unterscheidung, alright. Perfect. That's it. There's nothing more I have to say about this English and English and that's all about Muzakashi. All right. Now let's get to the real stuff. It's Oni time. It is Oni time. Let me just see. Copyright. Okay, seems fine. People in Spanish. What? All right. What was that? What was that? Okay, that was just me. There's almost nothing I have to say so far. Spanglish sometimes kicks in. Ah, puta de madre míos, Dios, una cuesta de la pantalonas. Ay, 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 ay. I love it to just say random gibberish on Spanish. I love it really. Muchacho. Insane again. What? Wait, what? Again? Wait, I have to actually see again. Yeah, but this one I would delete after all. Let me just see why he did this. Actually, I would even say delete both of them, not only that one note, delete both of them. Oh. What the fuck just happened? What was that? Okay. That was weird. Really. That was very weird right now. Wait, where's this beatmap? There. Discussion. The good thing is that your mods are getting saved, so that's not a problem. That was very, very weird right now, but fine. Would delete both nodes. Consistent to consistent to out of place. So a bit of rest. actually I have to mention something. So this part only in the Kantan, they didn't map it, and I really think that this works very well, and I will just suggest to do this maybe for all difficulty. For all superb. On the other difficulties as well. It's not a must, however, and I think it works even without a break. This, all right. Reverse this pattern, did they? I'm not quite sure what they did here. I have to say, it doesn't look like they reverted the patterns. Reversed the patterns. But I mean, the patterns work anyways, so I don't have to be nitty-picky. Now let me just see something to make sure because let me make sure about some rules in the Oni, because Oni is always such a thing nowadays. Back then Oni, you could use any pattern, but that kind of changed over the years. Now Inaura Oni is the one where you can use anything you want. Okay. Finisher notes in this day must only be used. Those are rules. Finisher notes for one in this DV must only be used at the end of that pattern and be. Oh, it is. Okay. Placement other than this can disturb the readability. Notes must be at least. Okay. One should be no longer than 9 notes. Not longer than 9 notes, okay. Not longer than 9 notes. Okay, check. The spinner, and let's put it existing note. At least one rest moment, which is all longer, should be so after 6:21. Oh. And they have the rest moments here. Okay, they have the rest moments here actually. Okay, works. which longer than 5 notes should avoid complicated color changes. Yeah, that's what I expected. 1/4 patterns which are longer than 5 notes should avoid complicated color changes. Longer patterns with such complexity would be too demanding for the target audience of this difficulty. Longer than 5 notes. Ah, yeah, this could be a problem. I should mention this. That's actually a problem. I mean, it's not a huge problem, but it could be a disqualification reason. Not a must, but it could be. Say however, also stated in the let's see. I have to copy this. Blah. Ah! Hey Jason, as you can see, we are modding again, and this map is very good, the set I mean. I mean, can I really? Wait, I have to test this out. What? I can seriously could somehow argue or we could somehow argue this to be since overall patterns. Yeah, the buffer is no more. The buffer is gone. We solved this. But we solved this like 45 minutes ago. This, for example, or where we could somehow argue. The thing is, okay, you know what guys, let's do a poll. Hopefully it works this time. So I'm gonna give you a poll, which is gonna appear on your screen. With a question where you can give your answer to. Let me just see where this is again. Where did I put this actually? All widgets. Where are my widgets? All widgets. Where do I see where my widgets are? I don't know that. All stars. Alert box, maybe? Wait. Doco, indeed. Sure. Ah! How does this work? God damn it, all widgets. But I want my widgets. Where are my widgets? Test subscriber. If I click this, it should alert. Oh yeah, Onosaki just subscribed. There it is. But that's not what I wanted to do. Ah! And creator site. View site. That's not what I wanted to do. How does this work? Where are all my widgets? Ah! Wait, probably I have to click here somewhere. Wait. List. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Oh yes, that's scuffed right now. Alert box, media share, stream level, event list, jar, tip goal, chat box, streamers, YouTube view count, follower goal, poll. There it is. There it is. Oh my god. Okay. Now, how do I get to my polls? There. All right, there we go. My god. All right. So, what's the most voted option? That was yesterday, man. Players. Yes. There. Yes, could be improved or no. Yeah. Let's do it like this. So, let's see if it actually shows. Refresh for now. Refresh, and now let's do it like this. Yeah, there it is. So, do you think the stream is too hard for Oni players? The options are yes, could be improved maybe, or simply no. I'm talking about these here I've highlighted. Because the RC is telling us that when the patterns are 5 notes longer, then they shouldn't be too complicated. And the question is now, is it complicated or not? but try to answer what you think could be the right answer. Ah! Jason is the only one who dared to give a vote. Ay, 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 ay. Weak. That's weak, my friends. Weak. I expected more of you. I expected more of our GMTs. Where's the dedication? Where? Huh? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can just try it out. No hard feelings. Jason gave his answer. Let's see if you can see it there. So he said we could go for it, but we should improve it a little bit or change it depending on how you want to see it. And vote for. Now it's too late. And I actually also think that they should simplify it, basically. I think they should simplify it. And yeah, because a no is like I wouldn't say no because the ranking criteria is saying after all it shouldn't be too complicated, but I shouldn't say yes either. I wouldn't say yes because the ranking criteria says we shouldn't use complicated patterns, but also I wouldn't say no because it is kind of complicated. I mean, the whole Oni is to some degree pattern-wise complicated, I have to say, because using these kind of things is quite hard to play because you've got odd patterns on blue ticks. So that makes it already more demanding for Oni players. And then doing the same for these kind of patterns, I think this could really be a problem, especially this one here. So that's why I think keeping the structure or the length of the pattern, but having an easier one would be most likely more appropriate. So that's what I'm gonna suggest now. Why we could at times it still puts you in the danger disqualified. Some demanding. The Oni in general has some demanding patterns. Ready and for president. These times are over. These times are over. Too glad. These times are over. So argue this to become rankable since you are using over since you are in danger of getting disqualified. The only in general has some demanding patterns already and continuing the trend to argue. Like this, for example. And now let's see what we could go for. Actually, this works already. We found our pattern. For example, for Jason, welcome. Get to work now. Get to work. It is not? What? Karma. Bad karma points for you. Bad jokes. Bad dad jokes. Tati. Give it to Tati. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask for more opinions about its difficulty overall. In general, are very good, but few that and on blue especially. In general, patterns are very good, but since you're using quite a few that land, what's that? Fall on blue ticks. And in compared to the Muzikashi, which give me patterns. Mostly or mostly? There we go again. Yeah, mostly. Luavi, hello. Now almost the whole server is actually here. There are only 2 people missing. So Luavi, apparently we got some GMT work to do. So that's actually it. As I said, nice Oni, but I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask for more. Maybe I need to ask for more pinch. It's a difficulty. In general, the patterns are very good, but since you're using quite a few that fall on blue ticks, the Oni does become quite demanding compared to the Muzukashi, which has mostly evenly distributed patterns. There are also fact that uses way more different patterns. It's move some all right, and now we come to the inner Oni. Wait, it was death, right? Yeah, it was death. Brownie. All right. Let's go. Last difficulty. Whew, now it's gonna get hard. This one is very hard. For some reason the offset is weird. I noticed this already before in the other difficulties, but oh my god. I'm not warmed up enough for this. too early. Ah! Oh man. Hey Dorian, welcome, welcome. I looked the forum post. Whoa, Karma, good job that you did this. Good job. Also, welcome back, Dorian. Also, I'm getting really hungry. Actually, I'm almost about to have a break for 15 minutes because I'm really hungry. But let's try to continue here. It's the last difficulty. Gotta get those gains, bro. Ah! I'm too early. I'm too early the whole time. Also, what overall difficulty is 6-5 for a 160 song? I don't think we need this. Oh wait, too early. I actually. Ah, I messed up. If I'm too early, then that's the right move. I can't play right now. I can't play right now. Oh my god. All right, so you know what? Give me 15 minutes because I have the feeling I will need at least another hour for that stream because I have to unpack this actually. And I'm already awake since 8 a.m. and I really have to eat now something. So let's have a break for 15-20 minutes. I'm going to have some breakfast right now and then we are gonna see each other in about 20 minutes, I would say. So see you in a bit. Meanwhile, obviously feel free to chat if you want, guys. Thank you. All right. Oh, there was a lot of writing going on actually. But yeah, not only Karma, Tuglet is also here, or he was at least. Yeah, actually, there are 4 GMTs right now, or were. So that's actually quite interesting. Oh, all right. All right, so we are back. Thanks all for waiting. Where's the chat moderators? Yeah, right. You can see a bong coming. That's true. But yeah, our Karma became GMT just 2 days ago. And as I said before, I've already had more contact with him in the past 2 days than with other GMTs, so that's actually funny. No. Maybe you didn't miss him. I mean, he comes from time to time to the stream. And as I said before, maybe he's still there. He just doesn't write always something. All right. Actually, I hope all of you have a nice Sunday morning. It isn't morning anymore. I had my breakfast right now. I'm full of energy again. I got my multivitamin juice. And I'm ready to continue now with the last difficulty. So let's see. Let me try this one more time. I'm too late, okay. Ah! Yeah, this round went way better. Way better. Yes, indeed. What did he teach? What did he teach, Jason? Tell us. Okay, so oh yeah, food is really refilling the battery. Actually, I was very nervous and hungry, so this helps way more. Brain food, brain power. Are you ready? No, we're not. I mean, so far, I call it now Inaoni is fine. You see it here again. This is again quite nice. They used Abekobe here. No, they didn't. Actually, they did not because they changed the pattern here. Ha! Okay, they didn't. But it's close to the reversed. But why did they do this? You see? So, just please don't kill me, Zelius. I don't think Zelius will be here. But anyways, as you see, so in general, in all other beat maps, and in this one as well, the mapper is using a lot of Abekobe style patterns, so reverse patterns. They're also using mirrored patterns, so patterns which are, when you have an axis, then they simply mirrored the pattern on one end to the other one. That's it. And that's what they use very often. Or they're also having a lot of references to their previous patterns in other sections of the song. And that's the reason why I was so confused at this part, that they didn't use a full Abekobe style. And now I know why. Because, I mean, I wrote before, I'm not sure why. But I think I know why. They simply forgot about it. Because when we look at these patterns, they use the Abekobe style. So I guess they simply forgot about it. So let's change this sentence. That denotes is my suggestion. Is it reversing? I'm even using reversing. Not reversing. Inversing or reversing? Wait. Wasn't it reverse? Yes, it is reverse. What the fuck? To reverse the... Yeah. And there we go again. All right, this is amazing. Do you notice what is happening here? Does anyone notice of you what is happening right now in this section? Now what, I'm gonna let this play a few times and let's just see if you see what's happening here. Again. What do you mean with you know how to read Taiko chart, right? Oh, if you're referring to Jiro, how they are mapping, I did this once, I think, but it was too complicated for me back then. I don't like to talk about numbers. Actually, I know I like what I can see visually. So this part is quite nice because they are using the same patterns twice. Well, not exactly like they're changing it here, but in general they're using the same patterns. Like first like this, that's the first one. Then they use the second one. And then they go a little bit more in then they are changing it in a more local way, like now they're using this pattern and copy it here again. And then they do the same by simply just having longer patterns and doing it here as well. So they're simply doubling it. And that's also something that just a few people do. Just a few people do this. I have to say, even myself, I do this. I don't even know if I ever used this style before. Because I was never able to really put it anywhere. Whoops. Doubling, yeah. Doubling with two. Okay, thank you. How do you write this? Yeah, I know, but you have to place your patterns in the text file, in the notepad. You don't really map like in Osu. You have to place it in a text file. At least that was how we mapped, or how they mapped back then in the days. And since I've been playing already Osu, there was no reason for me to learn how to Jiro. I came from the other community. I actually came from Threads on Fire. I mean, I wasn't even in the community. I just mapped for my own. I'm not even sure if there was a community. So basically bootleg of Guitar Heroes, and I mapped Threads on Fire before that. And a friend of mine showed me Taiko on the iPhone, and that's how I came to Osu. So before that I've been never in touch with Giro until I talked to people like Poonwing and the Hong Kong people. And that's how I got to know about it. But by then I've been already in the Osu community. So as I said already, there was no reason for me to learn how to Giro map. If there was something that always interested me, it was to convert Giro maps into Osu. That's what interested me more. And for that, I only used YouTube videos, copied them, and put them into Osu. That's it. This is time now. Oh, W. And how do you say it? Eingrenzen. Eingrenzen. Well, it's not really tedious. At least it's, yeah, I guess. Close. Ja. Is it 6.5? I think it was 6.5, yeah. So let's see with OD6 how this plays. So I mentioned something before. The instrument. What is he suggesting? Should read this note. I don't hear snares in the back, or they just took. Actually, this is a post I would need to reopen. Yeah, I have to reopen this one. Get to cover 2 additional matches. Nice. Well, you've got something to do today, apparently. Okay. I think I'm going to mention this here. Actually, I will do it later. I know I need try. Kind of works to try to emphasize. Kind of works to try to emphasize the high stretch sound by starting it. Unpleasant, yeah, that's right. I knew it. Yeah, this one I actually don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, let's actually think of something. Looking wise, unrankable. Using consistently. Should be actually. What you are mapping to or what your idea is. It's a on beat. So this is now something I'm going to suggest them to delete all the cuts and just listen to the Don beat. It has like no no connection at all. All right, let's see what I can. Ah. All right. Actually, I'm done. There's not much more I have to say. So in general, this is now my resume. Overall, it's actually a very, very nice set, I have to say. It's it has a very good structure, very, very consistent in the pattern usage. The mapper is using Abekobe style and mirrored patterns, and this is something we rarely see, almost never in this constellation. And you can actually see that the mapper really put a lot of thought into his set, and I enjoyed modding it because of this, because especially in the lower difficulties, when I wanted to give a suggestion how he could change a pattern, the only thing I actually had to do is to keep the structure as it is and simply just change or swap the dons and cuts. And as I already mentioned before, this is something that a modder can only do when the mapper really put a lot of thinking into his map, and that's what I can see here. So that's really something to applaud the mapper for. As for the inner Oni, I have to say, overall it's fine. I mean, it's a nice inner Oni, but the streams are really a deal breaker for me. He tried in some way to have his own patterns, you know, by moving the dons just 1/4 of a beat to the left to achieve when the cut is starting, or rather when the high pitch in the stream is starting, so the cut also starts at the exact same time as this high pitch on the upbeat. But because of that, the don, which is usually giving the beat, which you have to follow, simply is placed on an odd, well, tick. So in this case, on a blue tick rate, on a blue tick. And when you are playing this, it feels very weird. And when you're listening to it, maybe it doesn't become immediately apparent, but once you delete all the cuts, you can see that there is no real rhythm behind it, unfortunately. It could be because it happens even to me sometimes. When you're making a stream, it's quite hard to have a functional rhythm without, you know, the stream becoming too monotonously. And that's a big problem, even for me. But in this case, as I said, when you delete the cuts, it becomes quite apparent that the beat is not working. Even less so with the song. So this is the reason why I highly recommend to the mapper to stick to evenly placed patterns, so it plays well, it sounds well, and it looks good anyways. It's a stream. And to avoid any problems which could lead in a disqualification, because honestly, you can't talk this away. it becomes too apparent the more and more you analyze this, and you feel it the first time when you listen to it and when you play it, and the more you go deeper into this rabbit hole, the more you notice, all right, the patterns need to be changed. That's very important. If the mapper does so, then I think getting this ranked should be no problem at all. As I said, overall a very nice set. I enjoyed modding this one. And this is also one of the things I always preach in my streams as well, that you need, as a modder or as a player, or no, let's start from the other way around. As a mapper, you need to be able to make the modders and mappers understand what your mapping idea is when you are making patterns, sections. What is the idea behind this beat map? What did the mapper try to do? And when you as a player or modder are not able to understand, distinguish, extrapolate what the idea is, unless you really have no idea about Taiko or are new, then it's on the mapper. Then they did their job not well enough. In the set, that's not the case. You can clearly read mapper's intention, and that's great. Perfect, honestly. But for the inner, as I said already, should be changed. Should be definitely changed, in my opinion. It's, yeah. But that's all for now. I'm going to check now my mod one more time, and then we will see what the mapper is actually gonna do. But for now, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. We will see when I'm gonna stream again for the third and hopefully last mod. And once that is done, I will try to apply as a Beatmap Nominator, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and see you soon, hopefully. Goodbye. Or maybe not goodbye. I don't know how to remove the... I don't know how to remove the... Wait. Why can't I close it? It's actually... You know what? I will see you later about it. Goodbye.